Oh my god, that one's in the water. Oh my god, look at that smoke. That's probably not good for the environment. Oh my god, that's a big one. Oh, look at all those birds. Look, there's a rainbow. Hi, I was just looking at wind turbines. Let me tell you about them. Wind power is a renewable energy that is already being used across the world. It works almost like a backwards fan. Wind pushes the turbines to move in order to sequester energy from that movement. The basis of making energy is using wind's kinetic energy and transferring it into mechanical energy, which spins a generator to produce power. This goes into a grid which provides energy to us.
Energy that is produced from windmills reaches the consumer through a series of transmission and distribution networks. The energy goes from the windmill to a substation where the energy is converted into extremely high voltages for long-distance transmission on the grid. The grid has power lines that connect the energy to demand centers. From there, the energy is moved to smaller stations on a smaller grid where consumers have access to it in the energy amounts they choose.
One of the reasons wind power has struggled to take hold is because of big fossil fuel and non-renewable energy industries such as coal and oil power. These industries are major stakeholders in where we get our energy. When renewables like wind power propagate in the energy market, they lose business and subsequently money. Since non-renewables make up so much of our energy market, these industries have a lot of power. One of the major ways that these companies prevent the implementation and subsidy of renewable energy is by lobbying lawmakers to prevent government promotion of renewables and regulation of non-renewables. Keeping in mind the monetary bargaining power of these big industries, it's easy to see why wind power has struggled in some areas. Another but somewhat obvious difficulty of wind power is that there needs to be land to put the wind turbines on. To acquire this, wind power companies often need private landowners, commonly farmers, who are willing to sell pieces of their land for turbine use. Unfortunately, many people don't want turbines constructed on their land due to aesthetic or maintenance reasons.
I have information for you. An additional somewhat odd downside to wind power is that jet streams have been found to kill some birds. 570,000 American birds are killed from wind turbines every year, including many that are federally protected and endangered. The blades may seem like they move at a turtle's pace, but they can actually rotate up to 179 miles per hour, enough to definitely kill the bird upon impact. Birds of prey are often visually occupied by trying to find prey on the ground and do not see the blades. The placement of windmill farms is important. Farms situated in migratory routes are prone to more deaths as birds pass through and may perch.
So here's the tea. Renewable energies can create amazing job opportunities and help local economies that implement turbines and house wind energy companies. It is a great way for rural towns to expand their economy because it brings new jobs to the area. Wind energy companies need workers to build, transport, install, and upkeep turbines, meaning that it offers jobs for all education and experience levels in many areas. While the rise of wind energy will unfortunately damage many local economies centered around non-renewable energies, its implementation would have a positive long-term effect. Jobs in renewable energy are more stable than those for non-renewable energy companies like oil and coal because those suppliers are finite, meaning that coal mines and oil reserves are prone to closing, especially in the coming years. These forms of non-renewable energy will soon be economically impractical, making our future in renewable energies like wind a more economically stable one.
Wind energy technology is being utilized and developed on a global scale. Across the globe, countries like the Netherlands and Germany are starting to completely transfer their energy uses to renewable energy sources, like wind power. For example, Scotland announced construction of what will be the world's largest floating wind farm, which will be finished in 2030. Additionally, Asian markets make up over 50% of all wind power and are taking incredible steps to incentivize it. While the US is taking great steps to further use of wind power, we have a lot to learn from other countries who are also promoting renewables.
Wind power is a piece of the puzzle in our renewable energy future. With the help of other existing renewables like solar, hydro, and biofuels, and the promise of many technological advances in the area to come, we can hope to someday make the use of fossil fuels a thing of the past.